So, at this point of our adventure, you have to use, like me, good pliers to cut out the wire who is holding this structure of the trap. Yes, like I said before, I never saw in the internet people making these like I do, or I have done this trap. Yeah, this part of wood normally people don't use. So like you will see very soon, we have different kind of way of the bees work. The European bees or African bees, they use honeycomb, yeah, honeycomb of work with honey. Yeah, you will see that the stingless bees don't work with honeycombs. They work with honey, pots of honey. It's completely different. But all these species, in another video, I will show you the parts of the world use or have the stingless bees. For example, we have many of these in Caribbean islands, in Caribbean countries. We have these, for example, in Puerto Rico. We have many of the species of them. Here in Brazil, we have about 300 species of stingless bees. The most part of them produce good honey. A very nutritive and good for health honey. Of course, we have some of them that are produce toxic honey, and we cannot live with them. So what I'm trying to show you is very soon you see that we have pots of honey, no honeycombs like the others do. So it's very interesting because the design of the hive, it's completely interesting. So and you will see this. So this part we have to take so many care with the hive, because we can't dye the queen, never. If you dye the queen, probably you will lose all your hive. Yeah, you have to keep so many care. In this work that we are doing now, I saw very quickly the queen of the bees. They are not so bigger than the other species. Some species, the chest, the stomach are very, because they have some chambers inside of the stomach of the chest who take care of the eggs and the sperms of the male. So at this point, you can see already the inside of the bottle. These in Brazil we call this invólucro. In English, the name is casing. So you can see the casing or the case of the pots of honey. You will see very soon also the creation disc of creations, where you can see the pots. I'm sorry, the eggs. You can see the eggs of from the posture the queen put in this. The design of all these things are so beautiful. I am I'm very much with this, because they are so different of everything that you already have seen. So in our next video, you will see when I'm working here in my house with the Jataí or Jati. Is the most clean and worker of this kind of bees, the stingless bees, and because of them because of this GTU that arrived here in my house, that I can realize my dream to work with bees. Of course, I never heard before about this. Of course, you listen, but you never pay attention. It's so far from your universe, of my world. I have to work so many. And now I want to show you the beautiful thing is this. You can see the casing, yeah. Now we have many, like I said before, this kind of bee, Mandaguari, it is very, very popular. We have many of them inside of this bottle. Now I'm trying to release in this first part and of the in the top of the bottle. You can see in this place we'll have in the future pots of honey. Yeah, this is a very young hive. About in my calculates, I estimate that we have about 3 in the maximum 4 months. This hive, so it's a very young. I will try to show you probably the mother, the hive mother, where they come. These bees probably have come. The first they are very aggressive. These also are aggressive, but not like the mother hive. They are very much. Is in a big tree, about 200 kilometers. I'm sorry, 2 kilometers of this place. They are very, very. So with this, in this farm, it's a small farm. We have many flowers, and we water the flowers all the year. So we have many flowers during the year. So this is it's important to take many care. If, for example, I lost one of them in this casing and fall down, probably the queen will die, and we will lost all we are doing now. We have to take many care. One thing is important: the smell of this is very interesting, specific smell. I never felt it before in other places. Maybe in some kinds of chocolate. In Brazil, we have some chocolates with coconut. You have the coconuts inside, and you have the outside. You have these. I'm sorry. Inside we have coconut, and outside we have chocolate. The smell is a little bit similar, but I never felt before the smell that I feel with this hive. So you can see now, you will see the design. It's very, very interesting. Of course, in the in the next videos, I will try to show you how these bees works. It's because I am in love. I'm fall in love with these stingless bees. They are in our planet about 20 millions of years before the human beings, the humankind, and so they are very organized. Very interesting how they can live. So you can see we can call this pito, or it's like a straw where they are. This is cerium. It's like a wax. It's like a wax they are using. Now I want to show you the creation disc. It will be very protected, and you will see many of them. The eggs, the creation disc. I think it's beautiful. It's like you discovering the moon or something. It's beautiful, and you will see many of them. I will show you many of them. You can see that. We can say this: the most clear the light colors is the newer eggs. The most dark it is the most old eggs, from the center to outside. So you'll see, of course I cannot show you all the parts, because I'm so afraid to you can see the queen. Yeah, these second eggs in the downstairs, they are the princess eggs, the princess eggs. So now you see we have many of them, many bees flying around, trying to attack, trying to protect. So the smell is in the air. Now I'm putting the part of this material, biological material, in the inside. We can see the beak inside of the colony, the hive. It's like a smell sign for them. Yeah, the name is pheromone. In this pheromone, you can see you can see the pots. Yeah, this is a pots of honey, and they are a very very different kind of honey. They are so delicious, so light, very different from the other one. So I wanted to give the last look inside the hive, because we are going to close. Yes, I have to put in to help them to work and remake this colony. I will put, and I was almost forgetting. You can see the wires that will protect the chambers. From one chamber to another, we have these wires protecting. I was almost forgetting to put inside a part of wax of from the from the European and African bees. We have to put some part of them inside to help them to rebuilding what was destroyed to the remotion, and trying to change from one side to another. So what you are seeing here, I'm trying to put them inside. So we have the workers outside. The colony are very organized. We have the queen, we have the guardians, taking care of the entrance, and you have the workers. In Brazil, we can call them campeiras, because they are flying in the fields, on the flowers, trying to get pollen and propolis and many of these things. Yeah. So because we are in a great place, I didn't put inside feed for them, and I didn't put anything. But if in other situation we have to put inside things like a little bit of a little glass of honey or something to create. What I have in my hand is the wax African bee. Now I'm putting again this wax is African and European wax. It will help them to work and rebuild all these things. Yes, like I was saying to you, I didn't put inside anything to feed them, because they are in a place in the woods. We have many flowers, we have many conditions to food to feed. Yeah. And in the other situations, you have to put a small glass with a little bit of honey to them, feed, and do not feel weak, and they don't die without feed. Yes. Okay, it's almost ready. And now I want to show you. I will give to you a great show of these Mandaguari. You can see them. Now let's to be a close.